Right, we're off out for a ride. Yes, no fat bike. Shock horror. Yeah. So, since breaking my rib, or ribs, whatever it was, still playing me up. It's getting a lot better. It's nearly 2 weeks now. I did go out on the bike a few days ago and it made it a lot worse, so I'm sticking to road. So today I'm riding around a flat area down by the River Severn, around Elmore. It's where a lot of the roadies go to train, and the Fancourt used to train around here. So that's my plan. It's a 20-mile loop, both there and back to Saul Junction and back home again. And you must be thinking, training? What's going on? So yeah, as I've had time to sit around and mull over things, I've been planning events, planning routes. I really get into planning routes on the Ordnance Survey, all the legal routes, what you can, where you can go, try to cut as much road out as possible. And I've sorted out a couple of, or a new event. I also want to plan a set route that everyone can use. It's going to be a long time doing it, but that's something I want to aim at doing. Anyway, that's besides us. So whilst doing this, obviously I've been looking at a bit of YouTube and listening to other people and what they're doing, and I thought that it was about time I set my sights on something event wise. I know last year I did the said I was going to do Fatbiking. I think I expect more from myself. The tablets I'm on are messing me up. My health and my everything feels wonderful. I feel really good for my age, but I suffer from fatigue, which is a side effect of the steroids. So I have to be careful what I take on multi-day. So the plan now is to train to do some long distance properly, you know, properly train. So I'm going to try and ride at least 2 or 3 times a week. I have to fit it in with other stuff as well, but I know I can get a ride on a Friday, a long ride, but I'm aiming to get like this one. This will be a regular now, a regular training ride, which I need to do twice a week. It's gentle, it's zone 2, and all the other stuff can be whatever. Hiya.
Hi.
So that's the plan. Bit of structured training, not really, you know, strict, but just to get me off my arse. Just sitting around is kind of a bit getting lazy, and Sheila's doing her running and I'm just sat there on the computer. So anyway, so that's where I am. I'm out today on Herbie. Now Herbie was more of a few people have said, what the hell are you doing spending all that money on a non-fat bike? Because yes, fat bikes are my go-to, but I had the opportunity to buy this, and I thought, sod it, it's probably the only chance I'm going to get to buy a proper titanium hardtail cross-country bike. And the aim is to use it for things like this, a bit of road, a bit of gravel, maybe some bike packing, we'll see, but more training and fun and just enjoying myself. So that's what this bike's all about. Yes, it did cost rather a lot more than I anticipated, but I set the money aside and I thought, sod it, I'm just going to go all out and put the best on that I want, and within reason. So yeah, that's what I've done. So anyway, I'm coming up to Hardwick now. The hardest part of zone 2 is not blasting up the hills. I just had to tell myself to ease off. heart rate down. It's very important. It basically builds endurance. So you're keeping your heart rate. You should be able to speak and cycle. It's a good guide. If you can't speak, then you're going too hard. I'm borderline. I put my heart rate monitor belt on, my band, put this on, and then look, just now it's the wrong one. It doesn't work with my Wahoo. It's an old Polar one, so I'm having to guess my heart rate, but I know roughly what it is. After all these years, I know how I feel. Just don't go balls out everywhere. It's very tempting on this bike to just go quite fast. It just wants to go. But, I will say though, I don't know if you saw, I had a crash. Well, I've just mentioned I did my ribs, and it was just me. I haven't ridden a what you call a normal, or what I call a skinny tired bike for so long. It just completely caught me out. I've ridden that area so many times. Yeah, I've ridden the trail so many times on Fatbike. I took a route down there a couple of weeks beforehand, just as loose as it was when I rode it, but never a slide, or if it was controlled. But getting back on this was quite a shock, a twitchy and lack of grip. So it's a whole new learning process. I don't think people realise just how much advantage you have on a Fatbike when it comes to control, stability. I know things that, you know, probably tyres are heavier. They're heavier than these, that's for sure. Fatbike tyre is heavier. You can compensate with carbon rims and things, but the benefits really outweigh the negatives. But as always, you'll have to take my word for it, because I don't think you're going to give it a go. I don't know what it's like where you live, but around me it's very hard to find anything flattish. This is about it really. Anything off-road or all the trails that I normally ride, it means a 1,000-mile climb to get to it. So if you want to do zone 2 training, you can load it straight away. So this is a favourite for Gloucester, all around Elmore and Longley. I'm going Longley now. Yeah, you see a lot of road riders around here at weekends, and a lot of club rides around here training, and it's quiet, so it's nice. Not a Lee. The late Lee Fancourt, I don't know if you know who he is, but unfortunately passed away now. He actually killed himself in a lay-by on this route. But he used to train around here. He used to come in the shop, and we sponsored him. And he used to come in the shop in the morning and he'd say, right, I'm just off to do my loop. And actually no, he didn't. He used to go from home. Then he'd come in later in the day looking all hot and sweaty. He'd say, oh, I've just finished the training. I said, oh yeah, how far have you been there, Lee? He said, 250 miles. What? 250 mile loop. You just go round and round and round and round and round all day, and he'd do it all the time. I've got his Strava. I can put a link to his Strava. It's still up there. I'll highlight one of his rides, his training rides, and you can see what I mean. And he'd just go round there. He'd go round here and then up the Bristol Road, and then back down here again, up to Cressley and then back down. It's the 7th. Yeah, some rubbish in there, isn't there? I think every river's the same now, full of rubbish. 7 especially because it's tidal. So when the tide comes in, all that rubbish comes up with it. Trees. I've seen dead cows go past, all kinds of things. I used to work next to the 7 years ago on a farm. Yeah, you see all kinds of sights. But yeah, as I was saying, just come out really more for training than anything else. It's the start of my training regime, so how far have I been now? I suppose I shouldn't really have stopped, but I've done 10 miles, so I haven't got far to go before I turn round. So it's about a 22 mile there and back. So that's the plan. I'm going to try and do it twice a week. Once I get this route set in my mind, then it's easy. I won't be filming it every time, obviously, because you'll get bored stiff. But yeah, that's the plan. And then I'll always use this baby. Love this bike. But one thing I did have to change. I know if you saw the original video, I had some nice Renthal carbon bars on it. I've had to change them because I can't get on with straight bars. These are salsa bars. They got a bit of back sweep. These got 17% back sweep, and they're lovely. People should try them. You notice a lot of the pro cross-country boys like Nino Schurter and everybody have all got swept back bars now. They've all got that bit of crank because it's a more natural hand position. Riding with your hands, your elbows sticking out is horrible. This is just comfortable. So yeah, worth thinking about. I think we sell these still, salsa bars. It's the most affordable way. I mean, it'd be nice if somebody did some carbon ones, but I don't know anyone that does. I have looked at getting some titanium ones made, but titanium handlebars don't seem to work that well. I don't know. I think a lot of them, early ones, used to be too thin and they just snap. Yeah, so anyway, that's it going forward. It's a bit more structured ride to what I'm doing. So over there, obviously the other side of the Severn's the Forest of Dean. There's the Forest of Dean out there. And that's May Hill. There's a clump of trees on the top. I don't know if you can see that. Obviously back up that way is Gloucester. So I ride over there a lot, obviously Forest of Dean. But it's just a nice little loop. Yeah, nice little loop. So I don't know what you guys have been up to. I've like I say, I've been planning some routes. I've got my route, my event called Surly 100, which is sort of set now. I did it this year, proved quite popular. I had about 40 people enter, and then it's up again for next year with a slightly revised route. But whilst I'm doing that, as I was saying, I've been planning other routes. I've got all kinds of stuff I've been tinkering with. It's quite interesting what you can set up, and I really would love to set up a permanent loop that people can ride. A bikepacking loop that's really entertaining, because a lot of routes you find they'll just send you through crazy stuff, hike a bike and all this, and it's not really enjoyable. So all the routes I do, I try to ride them and I try to make them fun, enjoyable, pubs on the way, cafes. It's not just about punishing yourself. Yes, you've got to get around it. The Surly 100 is 100 miles in 2 days, which is doable for most fittish people. You carry your own kit. There was talk of doing a 100k option, but I don't think it just makes life too complicated. So I'm sticking with 100 miles. If you want to, you can just do the first day and you can stop. So you can do 50 miles, because the event will be over 3 days and it'll be based on a campsite. So you'll start on a campsite with all the you'll be at a park there, and then off you go and do the first 50 miles. Then you'll stop at another campsite not too far away from the start and finish, because the idea is if you've had enough you can get back, but it'll be a different site. So you'll pitch there and we'll supply food, and your camping will be included, and then the second day you go off and finish the ride back to the campsite. And then when you finish, unlike this year where it just fizzled out, you will be able to stay. So when you finish, you won't have to rush off. It'll finish on the Saturday because it'll start on a Friday, and then you can stay over. We're going to have an after party, and you can stay over, pitch your tent, and then on the Sunday you can either drift off home or you can stay around. I think I'm stood in some ants. Something's tickling my legs. Anyway, yeah, on the Sunday you can sort of stay or hang around, get some food, have a look at the sponsors, because the sponsors will hopefully have an opportunity to show you their bits and bobs, their product, and just means you'll have a day. You won't have to go rushing off. It's not nice when you do an event. It very often happens when you race. You get to the end of it, whatever you're doing, whatever, whether you're running or whatever competition, and it'll finish, and then you've got to get home, so you're really tired. And really, the last thing you should be doing when you're worn out and knackered is driving. It's all right if you've got someone to drive you, but so I've sort of said, right, everything we do now, we'll have a rest day afterwards, and then you can go home in your own time. So it just means because a lot of people take the Monday off if it starts on a Saturday, over Saturday, Sunday, and they'll take Monday off to recover. And I'm thinking, well, you might as well just start on a Friday, and then you have Sunday to chill out with everybody. And we can all have a chin wagon. That's that. Right, okay, I've waffled on long enough. I'm not supposed to be riding. What am I doing? Right, let's go. So I plotted this route thinking I was coming out at Seoul Junction, but I've got a sneaking feeling I've come a bridge further up. So that's it. That's a bit of a bonus. I hadn't planned to do this, but the bridge is shut that I was going to do, so it sent me up the canal. So I've got the clean bit of the canal path. So I'm trying to keep this bike clean. I'm on the Gloucester Sharpness Canal now, heading back towards Gloucester, and it should cross my original route, I hope. Just coming back into Gloucester now. I think I can get through over here. I think. I hope. So this could be interesting. So I'm on the side of Robbinswood Hill. I've just gone up a road thinking I could get through, but it sends me onto the side of Robbinswood Hill. Now the warden on Robbinswood Hill is very anti-bike. Now I don't know whether he's still here. It's probably 10 years since I've seen him. Came to see him one day to have a chat about something. Oh, about the BMX track. There's an old BMX track here, and because I arrived on a bike, he had a massive go at me. So we shall see if I go past his offices. I don't know where this bit goes. Be funny, wouldn't it? Yeah, just not sure where it goes. We shall find out. That's the centre there. I'll have to try and use this more often because this is a really nice little shortcut around the roads. Avoid the road. Thank you. Okay. Right, so there we go. Ride done. And yeah, did a bit longer, a bit further than I thought in the end. About 25 miles, I think. But got a bit lost. But anyway, yeah, that's basically going to try and get that done every week. So yeah, there we go. Lots of other stuff coming. I'm building bikes at the moment, as you can see. This is already in here. I'm sort of having a bit of a swap around, trying to end up with 3 bikes. So that's the plan. I'm going to have 1 bike packing bike, 1 play fat bike, and 1 Herbie for doing the other stuff. That's it. So I've resurrected the Raven, which I built for bike packing. It's going to carry on. That's what it's going to be, specific for bike packing. And then I've got my bow tie, which will be my just fat bike. And then Mr. Rusty's retired. I've retired it. It'll stay there. It's got no reason to go anywhere else. It's just a frame now. Everything else will go onto the bow tie. So that's it. I will have 3 bikes. And wouldn't everybody love 3 bikes? 3 titanium bikes. Yeah, get the rack back on the Raven and the bags on, and then try and get some bike packing in. We're away for a few weeks to Australia, so we've got a couple of people coming in to house sit while we're away, because we've got cats and stuff, so they're going to look after the house. So but we'll be off in Australia seeing our grandkids, taking 2 bikes with us, so we'll get some filming out there as well. So we tend to go and see them if we can, once a year. We didn't go obviously over COVID, but yeah, we sort of scrimp together and get enough. You could just about afford it at the moment, but we'll see how we go. And yeah, it's good. So we're going to take 2 bikes. Not sure which one I'm going to take. Whether I'm going to take this one or Herbie. Don't know yet. We'll see. And yeah, okay, that's it for this one. I'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you.